and then you can sit back, and then you're going to probably have to keep this open. So if you see it go dark, push, just tap to barely touch the screen. But we're going to go live, and we'll keep everybody entertained. Oh, we are okay. Yeah, it should be sounding pretty good. Sorry, guys. We are currently trying to get our going live set up. What is up, Canna family? It is your host, Dustin, with two buds in a jar. And we are setting up our very first live stream, so we're getting the camera and everything set up, guys. So just have some patience. We got a whole bunch of Canna topics to cover. We even got our camera guy, Harry, on. Is it recording? Yeah. Yeah, you can't. It has to be up. Stupid. Yep. Ding, ding, ding. um, we, somebody's going to have to be a human tripod then. What is going on, guys? If anybody is there, we're figuring this out. No one's there. Oh, fuck. Mine does. Why don't we just use that where the... I don't know where the fuck it is. Fuck. Um, well, yeah. What is up? We're getting stuff fixed. If anybody's there, I can't tell. Oh, fuck. No. Yeah, I figured because as soon as I turned it, it was locked, and then I seen it going live as soon as I set it up. So it's your way to prepare before you flip your phone up, right? And maybe it's a way to mute your stream. I'll have to look more of the mobile thing, but for right now, I know we do have to keep it upright in order for it to go live. Agreed. I'm tired of that. You know, YouTube. Oh, why did the light pop on? Oh, but yeah, they need to change their platform shit, man. Make everything where you can shoot sideways. Make everything where you can shoot up. Yep. Yep. Bang, boom. Hell yeah. You got to use all these. That's funny. We have a $200 tripod, guys, plus, and we have to use the $20, $30 one on it. Yeah. I'll pull it down and turn it off. Yeah. Full live stream. Hell yeah. What's up going on, Canna family? We are setting up right now, guys. We're getting ready. Yeah. this shit show going. Yeah. Yeah, we got about almost 20, 30 minutes worth of live streaming. Just like random stuff. All right, cool. Let's get in front of this camera. Audio. So, guys, now that we got everything set up and everything ready, we weren't anticipating that. We had the camera all set up. We kind of had to move our stuff. But anyway, we are going to be covering a whole mess of topics involving cannabis. So that's what our channel is about here, and we have a bunch of topics to talk about. This is the first time we're doing a live stream. Hello to anybody that's watching. My name's Dustin from Two Buds in a Jar. I'm the host, and this is the cameraman, Harry Cola. And this is our first time doing a live stream, so if the beginning, like I said, looks rough, forgive us. But we're going to get into these awesome cannabis topics. They're all new topics, guys. I'm
I always knew you were a stoner. You know
Yeah.
how?
How?
'Cause I've seen you wash your bong more than I've washed your dishes. You know what a welder and a stoner have in common?
What's that?
They both love sparky joints.
Oh man.
See what else goes on here. Oh yeah, did you know I was double branded?
Oh,
Yeah, check this out, man.
you are,
I
man.
got two right here.
Oh, what? Hell yeah. Joints, man.
Here, we'll have the camera. Hang on, your smartphone up.
Yeah.
Found the camera. Um,
What is it?
trying to remember.
Right off the top of your head.
Yeah. So, have you ever been so stoned that you were looking at your lighter, looking for the directions on how to use it?
Oh yeah.
Um, so the other day I got pulled over
Mhm.
by a cop, right?
Yeah.
And he looked at me and he said, "How high are you?" And I said,
Too hot. Here we go. Oh, there we go. Okay, we are back. The camera's being all goofy. Apologize. Here's an ashtray, guys. We are back anyway.
"We're under where they lost us at. Should we just jump back? I'm alright. I'm gonna do the last joke.
Yeah, to the last one, but then we'll get it.
Because the last joke's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Oh yeah.
So I do some dumb stuff sometimes. And I walked into the bank, walked up to the teller, handed her my card and a few grams of bud. She looked at me shocked. She's like, "What is this for?" I was like, "Well, obviously, I'm trying to open a joint account."
Oh my god. That's good.
Well, that's why when
Yeah.
you laugh, it's I'll flip it, I'll flip it. I gotta get some funnier material. I'll work on it. I'll get there.
But anyway, freaking first topic, guys, is the rescheduling and classification of cannabis. Now, I personally feel it is absolutely ridiculous to schedule a plant in the same category as metabolic steroids and other things of that. What else was it in there? MDMA or horse tranquilizer, ketamine, and metabolic steroids. Now, if you know anything about cannabis, guys, genuinely, basically, they're not in that same category. It's a plant with oil, guys. It definitely isn't something that should be in a drug category. Um, As far as metabolic steroids and a cat tranquilizer that's used for vet, you know,
Well, I got two things. One, at least it's better than where it was at. If it was, if there was murder or something. But also, yeah, I think if we voted down the alcohol, probably not as low as cigarettes, but up there with alcohol, it's probably on the lower side. And
yeah.
I still think alcohol is way worse than cigarettes.
Absolutely. Same thing with tobacco. I mean, tobacco kills a lot of people, about 140,000 a year. So if you add that up, it kills way more people tobacco and alcohol.
Can you hear me
you
a
know,
little better?
uh,
A little bit better? Right there? Awesome.
sorry guys, we're adjusting our volume and stuff. This is all kind of new to us, but I do feel that as far as cannabis, the people with the lab coats and things do not quite understand what they're doing, because I don't feel like they have any hands-on nature, any hands-on experience or any experience using cannabis. And with that, these people in these suits making this law from these political aspects is just for financial gain purely. It isn't out of knowledge and intelligence and beneficial of mankind as a medicine, like it should be. So, I feel like it's more of a monopoly game, and they've demonized it and pushed it off as long as they could and didn't learn anything about it. Now they're forced to, because all these states are making it legal both medically and recreationally. And, it's right at their front door knocking with its foot and about to come in, and there's nothing they can do to close and lock that door again. So now that they realize this, they're kind of put into a corner. So they want to probably place it in the same thing as, like metabolic steroids and ketamine. And steroids, you don't smoke a joint and look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and you definitely, don't smoke or do the ketamine, because we're not cats or anything. We don't need to sit there and do ketamine. I mean,
Well,
maybe if you're an old head, at a show, then you're doing some ketamine. But, at the same note, this cannabis is a flower with just an oil, guys, that has a psychoactive effect. That is simply it. It is just a beautiful flower. So it should be treated as that.
yeah, it definitely shouldn't be. Again, it should be scheduled with up there with like alcohol, but that's probably about all it
And
needs to do.
yeah, and we all know who's the demon here. The tobacco industry and the alcohol. If you guys didn't know that, surprise, surprise, they have no good interest involved. So I got to say, for them putting cannabis on that reschedulization, it's they need to just take it off completely. Personally, guys. Um, I really don't see no point in keeping it in a schedule anymore that is consistent with drugs and other substances, because it's not bad. It's a flower, it's a natural medicine.
If it's the very first time you've ever smoked, it's gonna hit you like a ton of bricks. It's gonna hit you like nothing ever has. But
It's going to
after,
hit you like Mike Tyson's going to hit Jake Paul,
yeah, yes.
Logan Paul, whoever it is. I can't remember who
Oh,
it is.
is my mic being weird still? Jake, am I turning it up or like?
Let's turn it
You
up.
know what I'm doing?
Yeah, if you keep turning the volume thing as you're holding
Hi,
the mic.
all right. How is it now? Is it too loud? Okay.
Like we said,
You gotta hit him like you hit Jake.
a little bit down on yours.
Okay.
But anyway, guys, you get it's going to hit you if you do not have a tolerance, and it is going to have more of a effect than what I would say the normal average smoker is going to feel.
Oh yeah.
I could smoke like 10, 20 of these, you know what I'm saying, and they really don't do much of anything to me. But to somebody that's never smoked, that would be devastating, you
All
know.
right. You need like a puff.
Yeah, yeah, and it's not an ego thing like who can smoke more or like some kind of contest. It's just tolerances. Everybody's different. Everybody takes in cannabinoids and feels different. Some people may be able to take gram dabs. Some people may be able to not take dabs at all. It's a pretty intense feeling of oil. But as far as all these concentrates, distillants, edibles, and things of that nature, on our very first topic, I don't feel like they should be categorized as drugs. You know, I don't think cannabis should be categorized as a drug just because it has a psychoactive effect on the human body and binds to our cannabinoid system. I mean, many things, you know. So, I mean, what does that make that necessarily a drug? Because a drug classifies, in my mind, is
Well,
intoxicant. It's,
it's like melanin, then it's like the
yeah,
level of melanin,
melatonin or something of
melatonin.
that nature, man.
No, not
Yeah,
melanin, melatonin. You're right,
yeah.
melatonin.
Yeah, so it is a natural substance, man. So, you know, with that being said, it is in the wrong category, guys. We're going to move on to the second topic because we can talk about politics all day, but that's not what this channel's about. So, now, the second one, guys, is how Delta 8 became a pain in the ass to the cannabis industry. And God, do I got a lot to say on that aspect, man. So, I think I'll go ahead and start first. Now, Delta 8, guys, in case you don't know, Delta 8 is an isopolymer and an acidic base that's made in a lab and attached to cannabinoids that they try to take CBD and basically make it better. So all those Delta 8, Delta 10, Delta 11, Delta this, Delta that you see is just simply stuff made in a lab that you should not inhale. It has a polymer to it with an acidic base, which could potentially eat at your lung tissue and cause lung damage, guys. So, you know, this is where all this vitamin E acetate scare and all these things of that nature came and all these hospitalizations. Um, were through faulty carts and acidic based inhalants, basically. So, anytime you inhale any type of acidity, even if it's lemon juice vaporized, it's going to have an effect on your lung tissue that's probably going to be negative due to its acidic base. So, with that saying, not to get too complicated into science, guys, but the Delta 8 really confused people. It had people not knowing really what they're buying, what they're purchasing. All they did was slap logos like Bubblegum Kush, OG Kush, Gorilla Glue, Blue Dream, things of that nature. And they really pushed this crap. And they seem to have a new variant, THCO, HHC, THCJD. My advice to you guys is smoke weed. It's organic. Don't smoke any of that lab made crap for your own health, guys. It's made with isopolymers. You can check and research this yourself on Google. If this was a video, guys, we would have had that up so you could pause the video and read it. But since this is a live stream, kind of works differently, unfortunately. There's not much we can do to edit it.
Until we get some more technical
Yeah,
equipment.
until we get some more equipment anyway.
Then I might be behind the computer instead of the camera.
Yeah, 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 essentially. Oh, you're good, man. But essentially, guys, Delta 8's no good, none of that other stuff. It's just not going to get you to where you need to be, and it doesn't provide a good high. If you don't believe me, guys, we've done reviews, all that stuff. We've done reviews, yeah, on all of it. Disposables, carts, you name it. We have done it, essentially. And I thoroughly believe they're not good. I don't think they have any medical effects. I just think they buffed up CBD.
You remember THCJD?
Yeah, that was absolutely horrible.
That was the one that turned you away from all
Yeah.
the synthetic ones.
Guys, listen, I smoked this one called THCJD, and it had the same effect as like K2 or Spice did back in the day. I only smoked that crap one time, guys. One time or once or twice did I smoke that crap. That's about it. And I learned my lesson, but it was such a negative side effect that's kind of what this disposable reminded me of. It was such a horrible,
Or
anxiety-ridden nightmare
V.
Alice in Wonderland type buzz.
V did nothing to me. I remember.
Yeah, it just made me hungry.
Oh yeah,
it made me hungry.
And it wasn't
as hell.
supposed to. It was
No.
supposed to do the opposite.
Yeah,
it was supposed to be a
THC.
suppressant.
Yeah, THCV, guys. We had a disposable. If you guys have ever heard that one, we did that one, and it's supposed to be an appetizing suppressant, but instead of suppressing the appetite, dude, it makes you want to clear out your fridge. Like, I'm talking about eating packs of wieners, a loaf of bread, just munching down crap. So, I mean, it even made him hungry. I mean,
Oh,
he
yeah.
was munching down.
Went home and ate a whole pizza.
Yeah, I did too. I ordered food, made it. So, I mean, yeah, all these things aren't really good for you guys. So, I want to be the first to tell you. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of videos and stuff but they're isopolymers with acidic bases, and they attach to the cell tissue inside your lungs. It's very sensitive skin tissue, and it tears and eats at it, causes you to cough and your lungs and your throat to hurt, and it can eventually cause all those, asthmatic problems or lung problems, breathing problems. So if you see any of these things at like your local smoke shop or your Haji shop, which is, just the Indian smoke shop, don't purchase them. Just stay far away from them and just keep it organic and keep it healthy. Preferably, if you really want to be health conscious, don't combust your weed into like joints, vaporize it. That takes a lot of the irritants out as well if you're somebody that's sensitive to those things. So that's just your, if you have a damaged lung or a lung and a half and you're like, man, I can't smoke weed, I'll die. No, you won't. As long as you use the right kind of vapor, no, you won't. It's very smooth and subtle on the lung tissue compared to combustible cannabis. So, it's just things, you'll get more flavor, more terpenes, more residual effect because you're only feeling so much of your cannabis when you're burning it. When you're vaporizing it, guys, you're feeling so much more. So imagine every time you smoke a bowl, you have a tolerance, and you've been smoking that same weed for like days, right? And you're like, man, there's no way this White Widow for the seventh day in a row is going to get me blazed off my ass. But then you get a vaporizer and you put that in there, and it's like, boom, full cannabinoid effect, full THC to the dome, bam,
Full
straight to
flavor.
your bloodstream because it's vaporized. That's how it works. As soon as your membranes in your mouth absorb that, it goes straight to your bloodstream, guys. So vaporizers are the best bet. Now, yes, they can get pricey, and yes, they can be relatively cheap, guys. It all really depends. So, they're very budget friendly, or they can be, if you're somebody that wants to go spend your money, go spend. There's ones you can spend your money on. For instance, there's a volcano. We got one of those. You guys have seen our videos, so I'm pretty sure you guys know what volcanoes are. They're vaporizers that come with a bag or a tube. It's just shaped like a volcano, and it's a machine basically.
Right.
So essentially, you're getting all your cannabinoids and all your THC out of that by vaporizing it. You're only getting a certain percentage, like 13%, when you're combusting it and lighting it, and that's in a joint and a blunt. And I'm not knocking any of that. I love that personally, but I've taken a break on it because that's all how I consumed my bud up until the point I got disposables and carts and things of that nature, and just started really vaporizing it.
Favorites.
Yeah, yeah, and the favorites and stuff. So I gotta say, essentially, vaporizing, guys, is the best way to do it. If you have any type of lung damages or any type of things to where it prevents you from taking milky hits, or if you're just a beginner and you want to start off slow and you don't want to get wrecked and all messed up, because your tolerance is low. God, I wish I knew what that was like still, but
Well, I
you know,
took that break for 6
you
months,
did, you
and
did.
after a 6 month break, like wow, I messed up and I blew down half of one of those spliffs there, and
Yeah.
halfway through I realized like, oh, I had done too much.
Nope. Drop my ball.
It
Yeah.
was really enjoyable for that first week.
It is, it is, but there's different ways, guys. I'll teach you real quick. How you do that is you switch it up, okay? So if you have a high tolerance and you're like, man, nothing's getting me high, what you do is like, you'll go like dabs and then you'll go to your cart and then maybe you'll smoke a little bud. Between those mixtures, you will feel a buzz. You will, you're getting too used to dabbing. You're getting too used to smoking carts. You're getting too used to smoking
Flour.
disposables, flour. You're getting too used to doing all these things. And, essentially, you're getting a tolerance. And that's just like waking up and drinking coffee. Sometimes you have to drink more coffee because it stops having the same effect. So, essentially, all you got to do is switch it up, guys. Go from disposables one day to card stabs, this, that, the other. And, as you go back and forth and bounce back and forth, you should maintain a stable high off cannabis, or sometimes the worst case scenario, you have to mix. So, like in the morning, you'll dab. In the evening or the afternoon, you'll hit a cart. In the evening, you'll eat some edibles, because you're going to bed or whatever.
Right.
So,
That,
you
that,
just,
they'll knock you out.
yeah, you keep it in that cycle. Now, no one will tell you, everybody tells you you need to take a tolerance break. I'm the kind of guy that never wanted to take a tolerance break, so I had to learn this. He did. I'm like, no, I'm not smoking. It's just not happening. So, I'm going to figure it out. And I did, guys. So that if you always wondered, like, well, they go to tolerance, something gets me higher. Well, that's how you do it,
Just
man.
gotta switch it up,
Yeah,
or sometimes
yeah,
mix too. There was that one time where
yeah.
we took a
Mixing
distillate
strands.
and we put it into bud, and then
Yeah,
I wrapped it in dabs,
yeah. Essentially, guys, we made our
and then
own.
covered it in keef.
Yeah, it had like what 3, 4, 5 grams of distillate, like several carts injected
Way
in it.
too much.
It
Way
was
too much.
oozing distillate, guys. It was a solid nugget. I wish we had footage. It was a solid nugget. We put like 6, 7 carts in there. He did, and then he wrapped it in like a gram and a half.
Oh yeah, you had got some of that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah,
I had given you some for free.
yeah, yeah. Hell yeah. But yeah, guys, there was like 5, 6 carts in there. There was a whole gram and a half
I
of.
think they were all like broken ones that
Yeah,
I couldn't do anything with. So I was
yeah.
like, well, just do this with it.
Yeah, yeah, and freaking after that, man, it was just one of those things to where it was such high THC. We put keef around the dabs and everything. It was really cool. It was really strong. You definitely like your whole brain was tingling when you smoked it. So much THC. You know how you take a dab and get that THC rush? That's kind of how that was, man. It was like with every hit, it's just like boom, such thick yellow milky smoke, and that's not even pulling on it, man. It was just fucking crazy, dude.
Right.
It was totally some milky ass smoke.
Oh, it was great. It was like for having a high tolerance, doing something like that definitely knocks you to that place you want to
Yeah,
be.
I gotta say, yeah, it's something about it. It's just really nice. But the third topic here we're going to get on, and this one you guys are really going to like. Hey, everybody out there, what's going on that's watching, man? Definitely comment if you want. We got somebody that's right behind the camera. They can read your comments. We can respond if you guys got any questions about our channel, anything, any cannabis questions, anything like that. Just feel free to put it down in the comment section below, and we'll have old homie behind the camera let us know what it's saying, and we'll just keep it going and talk to you guys as we're doing our little live stream thing going on here. It's
Yeah.
weird because I'm used to doing
Videos.
videos and takes and scripts, and we set up the studio, and this is just kind of raw. I dig it in a way because it's more. I feel like it lets your viewers get to know you and your
Right.
personality. So
It's fun.
outside of something that's scripted.
It's more unpredictable too. 'Cause you
Yeah.
don't really know what's gonna
Yeah.
happen. Anything
Hell,
could happen.
what in the first 20 minutes we're talking about all sorts of stuff just from the topics at hand. So it's like,
Oh, and I'm
yeah.
really good at like getting going in different directions, but we'll always come back to topics.
Yeah, we always do, guys. Sorry, sometimes we will bring up a topic and we will get so far off topic. Seems like we're never getting back, but we arrive there just like Google Maps at our final destination. So,
So
speaking of which, though,
yeah.
yeah, a third one, man. And this is one you guys are going to be interested in. Check this out. They're finally focusing on getting the numbers right on your THC products. So your joints, your pre-rolls, your carts. Now, see, the thing is, they lie to you. Sometimes companies will have like 18% THC guys on a product, and they'll go ahead and be like, "Hey, here's several $1,000s. Can you just like make that 28% on our product so we can move this and not lose money?" So, and that's what really happens. And they're very cracking down on that. Now, me, if I owned a business, I wouldn't do that to people because I like being black and white, period. As plain and
Well,
simple as
honest.
possible. Honest. Yes, is a more, I guess, would be more political, correct term to put it. But yes, it's, I don't know. There's an integrity that goes behind a business of honesty, and when you're going and projecting fake numbers in order just to get money, that really degrades the quality and the way people look at you and your product and your business and the
Right.
way you conduct business.
Yeah.
So it's a way for a sinking ship. It's like starting $1 million Titanic. It's literally going down with the ice above it. So that's
Yeah.
kind of how I feel. It's a very disgusting practice to lie to somebody when you're selling them a cannabis product, especially when they're using it for medicine. Even if they're not and they're just using it recreationally, don't lie to somebody when you're selling them a product because they're going to smoke that and know. If you're saying that's 28%, then the average smoker that goes in there is going to be like, this ain't 20%,
Well,
28%,
I
dude.
don't think the average smoker would know though. I think
Yeah.
to us, me and you, who
Yeah.
smoke often enough, would know that. They know this isn't hitting me the way it should be. But somebody who's like a mid-range tolerance, they're gonna smoke it and be like, "Oh, I'm
Yeah,
crushed.
so they're
Great."
taking advantage of new smokers and people that may not be hip to all of this. And that's not right, because right here in front of the internet and the world, I'll tell you guys, yes, they do practice shady practices. You don't have to believe me. You can just look at me as some stoner on the internet. That's fine. Go look for it yourself. You'll see the same conclusive details that there are people that do third party testing and they're 100%. So by far, I'm not knocking labs here. But there are some people, it's like, hey, here's a few $1,000s. Can you take that from 19% to 28%? Thank you. And they strike a business deal, and all their crappy products gets pushed out to them for a percentage of pay. So they're really cutting down on that. And I think they should have did that in the beginning. And I'm sure everybody viewing and watching probably agrees. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, essentially they should have just did that in the beginning.
Yeah,
You
because
wouldn't have.
I feel like even with the lower tolerance stuff, like even if you took a little bit of a loss on it, then you're not paying the guy the few $1,000s to bring up the numbers. You're just selling it at you're just taking that loss at the shop value, and
Yeah,
people
yeah.
are still gonna. There are people who only want top dollar stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but then there's always those people looking for
Yeah.
deals.
And you could be honest,
Always.
like, hey, if you work at a dispensary, by the way, YouTube, I'm not selling weed here, I'm giving an example.
Example.
But yes, if you work at a dispensary and that ounce is $200 and it's like 14%, you could mark that down to somebody like, hey, instead of $200 an ounce, let's say like 50 bucks, 75 bucks, because that's about probably what that's worth. You know, um, like Pineapple Express, it has 14% THC. I've personally grown it with higher percentage levels, absolutely, and a little better terpenes than what I previously tasted from the grower beforehand. But um, I gotta say, it's a lower THC, but there are people who be like, you know what, I want to use this for edibles, or we're just smoking it on a party. We need a lot of weed, for
Flower.
graduation of this, of that, a bar mitzvah, whatever the fuck. Yeah, just they're celebrating.
Fundraiser.
Yeah. So essentially, I think it's good, but I think they should have practiced on it, to begin with. If I owned a business, that's what I would do, very upfront, even if I had to,
Well, yeah,
you
honesty
know,
is always the best
yeah,
policy. If you're going any kind of shady ways and
yeah,
people see that, and it's immediately going to ruin your credibility. And if
yeah.
you're, in a business where you need credibility to kind of keep you going, it's not going to be it's going to be a slippery slope.
Agreed. It's very shady business practice, and it really puts a bad taste in people's mouth. And it could deter people away from wanting to smoke cannabis, guys. It
Flower.
could. Yeah. Flower.
I can't censor.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You want to know why I get censored in every video?
I have to
No,
censor.
no, we have to, guys. But on the live stream, it's a little more lax. But oh fuck. But that would have been a blooper. But anyway, get on to number 4 before we get.
Is that light still red? Are all the lights over there still red? We're good.
Okay, cool. All right. Um. Okay. Cannabis was scientifically proven by the FDA and other medical registries and places where it makes it basically, in stone, that it helps for clinical anxiety. And I believe that, did was prescribed anxiety meds at one point. So I feel like I can talk with this, guys. I was prescribed Xanax in a heavy dosage, and I was tired of taking things of that nature and forgetting half of my life. So what I did, was just smoke cannabis, like indica. It
Wow.
calmed me down. Yeah, flower. Flowers. That's what we're smoking. We're going in a field and we're picking flowers, YouTube.
Say, say
Like,
dandelions,
yeah, but
daisies,
yeah, man.
tulips,
Yeah,
all of them,
daisies, all the roses. But no,
especially the unicorns.
it really helps. It helps degrade your anxiety and stress levels. CBD can help with that too. Of course, it has no psychoactive effects, That's in a worst case scenario where cannabis may like amplify your anxiety or whatever. But basically, it really does help. I can say it is a medical beneficial plant. It's better than benzos. Now I don't really think you need Xanax unless you have seizures. I don't think it's a necessary medicine because it's highly addictive nature, and that's the same thing with every other benzo, such as Valium, Klonopin, things of that nature. I've been on a few of them for that, and years and years ago, I stopped taking them and just smoked a lot of pot,
Okay,
and
so
I've been cool.
here's my take on all this: is yes, I think the flower can be used um, as an herbal remedy to anxiety, but not every time, and it won't work the same for every person because
Yeah,
everybody's
I
cannabinoid
agree.
system's a little bit different. But also, even going further than that, every grower can't grow the exact same, can't, herb
Levels
plant,
of
and
cannabinoids, and yeah.
so from crop to crop, there's no way to maintain a perfect consistency. So therefore, even if you find a strand that really works for you, being able to get that same strand consistently across the board at the same level of potency is next to impossible.
Yes, nailing down genetics is very hard as far as potency, numbers, things of that nature. So I would say if you're the type of person and cannabis helps you with your
Flower,
anxiety, I would go for it. You can smoke cannabis until you're comfortable and your
flower.
anxiety. Yeah, flower. But
You're allowed to say "damn."
I am.
Yeah,
Very little on YouTube you're allowed to say anymore.
yeah,
My
yeah.
God,
It's
I have
like
to
it's like
censor myself completely. Like, or just stay here with a button every 5 seconds.
yeah. We'll just time the button.
Yeah, censor myself. But yeah, I do think medically. Let's get serious a little bit on the topic. I guess. I mean, medically, I'm a person that's stopped taking that stuff and all those
Bad.
benzodiazepines and
Right.
all that crap. And because I was prescribed it, I didn't just take them because I was bored or wanted to get high. I was just prescribed a really high dosage, and cannabis has helped me not take that and really not have to deal with any type of medications or rely on any type of medication in order to, not feel anxious or have any form of anxiety. So yes, he does have a valid point. It's not going to affect everybody. Some people it's going to heighten your anxiety.
Well,
Some
well,
people it's
well,
going to
well with
really
you, like
mellow you
a
out.
sativa strand is going to heighten your
Mine,
anxiety. It's
yeah,
going to ramp up your heart. It's going to make you hulk out. Where
yeah.
your indica is going to help you with your anxiety, help you feel more better.
Yeah, more balanced, guys.
So,
I gotta say, yeah.
and for
Sativa makes me. It's good in the morning, but overall smoke, it makes me paranoid and jittery.
and for different people, it'll be different ways. Some people, the sativa might have the adverse effect.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
um,
Grab
it
a
just
battery.
depends on the person, and then again, there's the two problems: is trying to figure out what actually the cannabinoid system of this unique person is, and then trying to find the strands that work for you consistently, because
Yes.
and then it's not just finding the strand; it's finding the strand that's actually the potent one.
Yeah, 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 exactly. And there are certain strands you guys will notice. Now, the easiest way you're like, well, I don't know. Well, let me tell you, the easiest way to find out what strand. You ever smell a strand, your stomach turns like blue cheese or something like that? Now, if you ever smell a strand and your mouth waters and you're like, man, that smells good, I want to smoke that. Your nose is the first thing that picks up. So those are the cannabinoids in the system. So your nose is picking up on the terpenes. If your brain's happy with what it's smelling and it makes you, you're like, yeah, then smoke that. But if you smell some stuff and you're like, damn, like you just don't like the way it smells or whatever, it has a lot to do with your terpene system in your brain and your cannabinoids. So stay away from it. If you don't like oranges and lemons, I know some people preferably hate that. The orange lemon type of deal, and they stay away from those particular terpenes. The lemon flavors, the orange flavors. So yeah, a lot of people like berries and stuff. So I mean, I think it's all consistent and personal taste. and it's definitely can help you and be more beneficial than
Way better
Xanax
than
bars.
yeah, way better than the prescription medications
Yeah,
that you're
because
gonna get.
Xanax can give you seizures. It can cause death. It just does a lot of. I mean, you can look it up. Like, what are the side effects of those? And none of them have good side effects. As a matter of fact, you can't just stop taking the medication. You want to know why? Because it can give you such a bad seizure, it can kill you, or it can just kill you. So it's just not good. I mean, what I
Right.
did wasn't smart, but I just didn't want to take that stuff no more. So I'm tired of being force fed by pharmaceutical companies. Xanny bars and all this other crap I didn't need to eat, and I couldn't even remember half of my life.
I don't know if we can say that on YouTube. I'm not 100% sure.
Well, we're not.
Maybe we could, because you were prescribed it.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
was
like you.
prescribed this stuff. It's not like I'm trying to endorse this stuff, YouTube. So don't get it
Yeah,
twisted.
but
Yeah, yeah, I'm not sitting here endorsing a pharmaceutical company. They make me sick. I mean, some people need medications, yes, and I understand that, and that's fine. But they've put out so much poison for humans. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Like oxycontin and fentanyl and all that crap. Like it's just bad.
I've
But
seen the worst of
we're
it.
we're gonna veer away from that because we're all not fans here of the pharmaceutical companies. We all have a lot to say, and we don't want to cross no lines of you know.
Red tape.
Yeah, YouTube red tape. So we'll go ahead and move on. Just know that Two Buds in a Jar does not endorse medications, especially people taking it recreationally to get high. It's just not something we do here. We're all about the organics, man. So keep it organic, keep it healthy. Moving on, though. Um, Here we go. Topic number 4. They're looking into studies, research how cannabis can help people getting people off of drugs. Now, I have a lot to say about this too from my experience and knowing a lot of people, meeting a lot of different people, much like anybody does in life. I've seen people that are addicted to opiates get off of opiates with indica use, extreme heavy indica use. And I've seen people that were addicted to uppers get off their uppers and just use extreme sativa. And understand if you go to make these transitions from what I've seen and not my personal, but I've seen with my own eyes, is that these things do help because it substitutes. Yes, it may create another addiction, but it's emotional dependence at that point, and it takes away the physical addiction. So it's better to smoke sativa than it is, you know, what the crystal people smoke, or it's better to, do opiates, or not do opiates. Better to do indica than opiates. So I said that completely wrong, but yeah,
Right.
yeah,
I know what you're getting at,
yeah.
because like a lot of these things like alcohol or the pharmaceutical stuff, normally if you take these things, you have to take other things to get off of them. Where, I smoked for maybe 20 years straight.
And just quit for how long again?
6 months.
Yeah, no problem. Eating, sleeping, anything, right?
Well, the dreams were pretty wild,
It
but
does stop. Cannabis stops REM sleep. Your
flower.
REM sleep, yeah, flower. Flower stops your REM sleep. And why flower stops your REM sleep, you don't dream because that's when you enter your deep sleep. So that's why you wake up groggy sometimes from cannabis, guys. You wake up and you're like, man, my brain feels like mashed potatoes. I've been smoking chronic all night. That's pretty much why, guys. So it really stops that REM sleep. Not to say that you can't dream while you're on cannabis, because you very flower, you very well can. But
This live stream won't be monetized.
no. We're not too far away from monetization, guys. Thank you, guys. You guys are awesome. We are an underground channel. We've been rising. We've been getting views. We've been getting subscribers. It's all thanks to you guys. You guys for watching, liking, subscribing, sharing, showing your friends this cannabis knowledge. We really appreciate you guys out there. I want to take a minute to do
Thanks,
that.
guys.
Yes, dude, we're at 49, almost 50,000. I know a lot of people are going to hear that and laugh, but I never thought we'd get 50,000 views collectively all on our videos. I never even thought we'd probably get the top 3,000. We have videos that have 12,000. We have videos that are in the thousands. It's crazy to me that so many people have even watched it. So,
Cool.
it's cool, man. So, I feel really humble. I got to say, I'm like, cool, and I feel like I have a duty to do as far as, cannabis, like,
Flower.
since the flower, since that's my platform there. You know, I originally, if you guys want to know, guys, real quick history lesson. I was originally sitting there on the couch and hit my bong and thinking for months about this channel and what I wanted to create and do. And, my friend here, Harry Cola is a stage name. We'll just keep it like that. But, friend here, Harry Cola, man, basically had all the know-how, and I asked him if he wanted to help and be the second host, but we had to get more people, and we got another person on board now, so now we can have him on as well, because that was the idea. Even though you see me hosting most of the videos, and I will be still hosting most of the content, because that's what I do. I'm a script writer and I do host, but he is the co-host as well as the editor and camera guy and
I'm kind of like Silent Bob.
stage and lights. And I mean, now we got somebody to help us with that, and we're really thankful, because it's going to speed up production for you guys, and you guys are going to see a lot more content. We're not going away, guys. I know YouTube doesn't like this kind of content, but it's legal in how many states? 26.
27 now?
Yeah, 27 now, including Ohio. I mean, I wouldn't know, but we're actually far away from Ohio. But yeah, it's just one of those things, basically. There one state after, and even a place like that has most farmland, like Ohio, of what I've heard and looked up. They have a lot of fields, so that's basically where they should start growing cannabis and not, not have it growing, all these farm states. So I can attend to that. So, all these states are legalizing it. I think it's, about time to start decriminalizing it and, just having it grow the way every other plant does at this point.
Right. It
Mm.
would be nice if it was federally decriminalized, so we could say certain words on YouTube without having to create a jar for Dustin to drop $1 in every time he says the word is.
Yeah, every time, damn man, yeah, right. I'd be broke as fuck.
That's a bad word too.
Yeah, it's another dollar.
We
But
have a swear
anyway,
jar sitting next to that one. Like 6
yeah,
of them.
I would, guys. I would have a swear jar probably the size of full. I am intelligent.
It,
I use
it'd
other
be full
words,
quick.
but it's just how I talk. Especially when I get baked, I get relaxed and I just let it flow. So I gotta really filter myself during these live streams, guys, because I'm sure you don't want to hear it. And I am intelligent enough to use other words. Sometimes I cuss. It just happens, man. I don't know. Okay, so concentratedly together, I believe indica is better than something like Suboxone. Yes, yeah, I think it would be a better option for people to get up. And it takes care of nausea and vomiting and pain and all this other crap that you're going to experience. So I think it's a very good cushioned, pillowed way to get off of things. If you are one of those people, we are not. None of us here at Two Buds in a Jar are on anything besides cannabis and nicotine and caffeine. So that's all.
Lots of Mountain Dew.
Yeah, a lot of energy drinks and yeah, same thing. So it's like, we're heavily against any type of other drug use, illicit drug use. We don't, we're not like straight edge or nothing. It's not like we haven't done our partying back in the days, but we've all moved past that point, and we've all moved to further realization in life. And we hope with this information it can help other people to do that. If you are one of those people that are struggling with addiction, you do need help, and you do need to develop a plan and get on some organics and get off of that crap, because it's just going to shorten your life. You're taken away from everybody. So when you do things like that, so just food for thought, guys. I'm not trying to make this an intervention, live or nothing, but just food for thought, guys.
So that's it. You've been locked into the YouTube algorithm. This is the intervention.
Yeah, yeah. Dun dun dun. Now people are going to come in, a whole camera crew. Oh wait.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
It's
the
already
camera
here.
crew's already here. All right, now the next thing they're going to do, it says study shows people that use weed often use nicotine products. Now let's talk about this, because this is quite funny. I vape. I used to smoke cigarettes and cigars. I laid off of cigars, I went to cigarettes, and then I quit. I've been vaping for about 12, 13 years now. So I've been vaping for a very long time with no hospitalization or lung injuries. Let me just inquire that. Like they say vapes give you supposedly popcorn lung and all that. That's not true.
Bad vape gives you popcorn lung.
Yeah, bad vapes. But I do, if you think about it, the camera dude behind there, he uses nicotine products and cannabis. Harry Cole over here uses nicotine products and
Flower.
cannabis. I use nicotine products and
Flower.
cannabis. Yeah, flower. Yep. Yeah, yeah. He uses roses. You
Dandelions
know?
in the morning and roses in the evening.
Yeah. Sometimes them dandelions can be in the morning too. No.
Lavender on the weekends. If I'm
It's,
feeling really when I get
it's just,
really
it
wild.
just depends if I wake up with my sink overflowing, the kids screaming, and my wife bitching. No, I just play it. But yeah, um, what was I talking about there? What was the topic?
I
Oh,
lost.
nicotine
Oh, like
products.
nicotine. That's right.
See,
I do have a good take on this.
what is
So
your take?
okay, so here's my take because I remember exactly at the point where I was like, oh, cigarettes seem like a good idea, and that was the very moment I realized that flour is really expensive, and at that time, tobacco was really cheap, and I wanted to be able to smoke the flower, but tobacco was more readily available and cheaper. So to kind of, you know, supplement one, I did the other.
If you could have got that brown swag weed back then for $1 a gram, he would have been good.
Oh yeah,
That
but
would have been.
back in those days, that wasn't happening.
Yeah, no, no. It was so hard. You had to go in like the how do I put this correctly?
The hood,
No,
big city,
like dangerous areas.
dangerous areas.
Dangerous areas. Very dangerous areas back years ago.
You did
To
you have
get
to jump into cars with strangers?
yes, yes, and go into sketchy areas that semi look like trap houses to get some chronic bud and stay away from all those weird freaking people. All of
Right.
that. So it was a situation. So now you have it more readily available and it's more freely for people to get, and it's nice. And people can now grow it in the comfort of their home for most states that are legal and stuff. So, I think it's really nice that they're doing that. I do think that nicotine products and cannabis kind of almost goes hand in hand, unanimously. I hate to say it because I'm so against tobacco and the tobacco company, but it does provide a nice buzz for after, you're done.
It enhances it. It does,
It
and
does.
it's a stimulant. So if
Yep.
you're trying to focus on something, it helps with conversations. It's like I don't think using nicotine is necessarily a bad thing, but I think it's so addictive that you have to have so much self control to say, okay, I'm not gonna do this thing right now.
Damn right. Yeah. Yeah, I can say, I've quit a lot of things in my life, but nicotine was the hardest. So, and that's crazy compared to others. So I'm just like, wow. You know, um,
Right.
Mind-boggling to me. Now, another concept that they bring up that's quite interesting is that more people that are cannabis users, a estimated 22%, are more likely visiting the hospitals and emergency rooms. Now, I can attest to it's very few and far between that I get seriously injured while under the influence of cannabis. It's usually when I'm sober is when I get injured. You know,
What I think it is it's all these people who they never smoked in their
yeah.
younger days, and they're smoking now in their older days, and they're just having anxiety attacks because they're smoking the wrong strand, and they think something's crazy's going on
Yeah.
with them, so they're going to the hospital, and the hospital's like, no, you just need a cookie and some orange juice and some CBD, you'll be fine.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the thing. Yes, I read an article, and this kind of mats my dreads, but I'm going to bring it up on, right here on the live stream. We have a YouTube thing that what mats my dreads, man. It's all the topics of cannabis and around the world that just basically pisses me off. So we make videos of it. It's pretty cool. It's called what mats my dreads because I have dreadlocks, so obviously, but. Anyway, I think personally, if you are somebody that's heavily influenced by cannabis, sorry about the mic there, guys, I have to adjust it. But I don't think you should operate vehicles or firearms or saws or tools or probably jack your car up and work under it. Now, if you've been smoking for years and this is your everyday norm, like us, like, then
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, if you have a
yeah.
really high
Because, I
tolerance.
mean, there's a lot of things I've
Now,
done,
okay, so
and it's no problem.
if you have a really really high tolerance, right,
Yeah.
and you smoke a little bit, then yeah, you should be able to do anything that
Yeah.
it's like a blood alcohol limit, you
Yep.
know. But
Yep.
like if we could still smoke to a point where it's probably like yeah, I probably shouldn't do that complicated thing right now.
Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, I own certain things in my house, and I don't mess with those certain things while I'm, smoking cannabis, and it's just for this better safety. There's just certain things you don't do, and you should know, but it's just know your limit, guys. It's not a contest. If you want a high tolerance, just smoke until you're a little uncomfortable, get up there, and then keep doing that, and eventually your tolerance will get up. Smoke a little more, maybe if it's a hit, a half a hit. If you don't, just smoke until you're comfortable. It isn't a pissing
Well,
contest,
and I think
you know.
just normal smoking rates your tolerance over time.
Yeah, so that's the same thing with anything. So yeah, absolutely. I don't think more people are prone to injury. I think that's kind of a cop
No,
out.
no,
You
I think
know,
it's just people having like anxiety more or
now
less.
I can attest to, funny enough, I've seen more people get hurt off alcohol and injured and fight and have domestic fights as well. Not personally, if I ever have.
Oh, okay. Oh, hold on, we got an
Yep,
issue.
we got. So I'll keep talking to you guys.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Is your battery dead or is my battery dead? Too active.
The battery's only full. Zoom battery's dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
This battery might be dying on us, folks.
Yep, we have a battery. It's dying on us that needs replaced.
It happens sometimes.
Yep. Go ahead and get that. You gonna replace the battery? Can they hear me? Yeah, okay. Anyway, guys, I'll go ahead and talk to you why this battery gets replaced, but I definitely think, it is a cop out. I definitely think, it's just to make us look stupid.
You have to grab my mic.
Oh.
Grab my mic for a second.
I definitely think it's just a cop out. Sorry, guys. And I definitely think it's just to make us look stupid. So,
Perfect timing for that last
yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah, right. As we forget the batteries. This is our first time doing this, guys. It will get more professional. We have the equipment. It's just, we're figuring out YouTube right now with this. So just give us some time. It'll be a very short period and we'll have a nice production. But, this was just the crash course and going live, guys. But anyway, yeah, yeah. And then it was all corrupted. But yeah, guys, let me tell you about that. So we went live last week, and it all ended up being one long corrupted file. So you can probably hear me pretty well.
Yeah,
I'll just go
now you're
ahead.
on double audio.
Yeah, double audio. It's probably they'll
Double
probably
sound. All right.
hear me way too loud.
Wait, that's why it's so useful to have a person behind the camera.
Yeah, yeah. So you don't have to stop production. Yeah,
Like, oh, something happened. Okay, let's fix it.
yeah,
An
yeah,
hour later, we're like, oh, they couldn't hear us for an hour. That's cool.
yeah. Right. We've done that, guys. Well, I'm telling you, it's funny. We'll tell you about all that later. We'll get into this next topic, though. What were you gonna say, man?
I don't know. You were talking about something.
What was I talking about?
I'm trying to
Oh,
remember.
I just think it was a cop out, basically. I think it's just a way to make stoners look stupid to say we visit the hospital more often than other people. And I think people that drink alcohol get in domestic violence and fights. I mean, I don't drink. When I did drink, I would be talkative and happy, and then I'd be quiet, not because I was mad or upset or nothing, and then I'd fall asleep off everything.
I think
Like it's just I don't enjoy it. It makes my body feel like shit,
I think
and it gives me a headache.
alcohol makes you think less, where cannabis flower makes you think more.
Yeah,
So because you think more on the other one, the flower, then you'll do less stupid things. But if you're not thinking, then you're more prone to doing
yeah, and
dumb stuff.
you do things just to show off. That's usually when the danger happens.
Right.
Whether no matter what it is. And it just I don't know. It amplifies. I don't know. I just feel like alcohol amplifies ignorance. I really do. I'm gonna be black and white. Like I just think I'm not saying everybody drinks alcohol or enjoys alcohol is ignorant. That's not what I'm saying here.
I'm just saying it really amplifies that male.
Well, alcohol is a neurotoxin.
Yeah, it is a neurotoxin. Yes, it does actively take away oxygen from the bloodstream, thusly reducing brain cells, and those brain cells you never gain back. Now, cannabis is shown to actually coat those brain cells and, protect from neurodegenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's and dementia. Because of those brain cells are coated, that coating can come off because it is absorbed into our cannabinoids. You guys can look all this stuff up if you don't believe me. The research is right there on Google, and many, physicians as well as clinicians, doctors, what are those lab people? I forgot specifically that test chemicals. I forgot the name to it. I would say chemist, yeah. All these people has kind of broke this down and kind of explained this over time. So, alcohol is very dangerous. It does kill your brain cells. It does eat brain cells. You're never going to get back. It's probably not a good idea to use it. It's a neurotoxin. It just degeneratively kills your brain cells. But, if you enjoy it, then cool, man. You only live once. I hate to be that black and white about it, but it is, or just, upfront, I guess would be the terminology. But yeah, so you have that aspect about alcohol no one will tell you about. Yeah, it looks like you're having fun and chilling and going camping and you're drinking for a week. Well, you just lost how many brain cells that week? You got to put it into that, and eventually trust me, I know people that's drank for years and they're like on repeat. It's like taking a song, guys, that you find on, YouTube or whatever, and just putting it on repeat, and you hear the whole story of their lives
It's
50
like
million
watching
times.
shorts. Just
Yeah,
putting on one short
and watching it
and
500
falling asleep
times.
to that.
Yep,
Just
and
fall
waking
asleep.
up to it and eating breakfast and showering and shitting with that same short going off 24/7.
It's
That's what it's like.
that's
Yep.
torture.
It's hell.
That's
It's hell.
torture.
We all enjoy our shorts and looking up on them and seeing what our favorite, content creators are doing, but that's absolute hell, I gotta say. Now, we've been on YouTube for a year, guys, and it doesn't even feel like it. It's, within almost half of a year, we almost gained 500 subscribers. Within a full year to a year and a half, we'll probably hit that 500 marker, which is pretty awesome, guys. I gotta say, I'm pretty stoked about it. I never thought we would get 500 subscribers. I thought 250 max, and I've seen 417 today, and I'm like, wow, this is really becoming a reality, dude. People's digging this. So,
We gotta do a 420 episode when we hit the 420
absolutely, guys.
subscribers.
Thank you for reminding me, Harry Cola, man. When we hit 420 subscribers, we're going to do something special. We don't know what it is, but it's going to be a banger, So we're definitely be looking for that, guys. But we'll get on to this next topic. So, topic number 7, or topic number 8. I'm sorry. Recent carts and disposables that I've smoked and enjoyed. Okay, so this is a really good. If you guys have smoked any recent carts or disposables, down in the comments, I want you guys to be sitting there watching, feel like you're left out. Comment. Well, we will definitely answer back, no problem. But what have you guys tried lately as far as carts or disposables? As far as me, guys, I've smoked MKX, I would say recently. I've smoked the 2 gram Muhammad disposables, which I'm very impressed with. The MKX I was impressed with. I've smoked the Ooze carts, and they're mid tier. They're very mid carts, I would say. I've smoked Mittens. They're very mid tier carts. I've smoked Happy. They're very fruity carts. So if you're somebody that likes terpenes,
Yeah, I think
you know,
the
I've smoked Platinum, and they're straight out of
oh
Michigan, and they're
those the
gas,
platinums are the best.
gas.
I'd say like the
Like,
Happy and the MKX, like some were really good and some were just they missed on the
yeah, they're
flavor.
like hit or miss. They're really like a clusterfuck of fruit. Is why it's like they just threw a fruit cocktail in every one. And
Yeah,
some of them are really weird tasting. Well, I had one taste like wine, and then one just tasted like straight melon. Like it was a melon OG, and I'm like, God, dude, that just tastes like straight honeydew. Like, you're just waking up, carving a hole in a honeydew and using it as an oxygen tube. That's what it's like. It was like, damn. It was really intense. It took me a time. It was an indica, but I'm like, there's no way this strand grows and smells like, straight honeydew like that. But I guess it does. You know, a lot of these have that same, profile. But
Yeah, there's some wild
yeah,
terpenes out there.
yeah, guys. I've tried the, like I said, all of those, and a lot of them primarily were from Michigan. The MKX, the Platinum, the Happy, and the
The ooze.
Ooze. Ooze. All four of those were
Platinum.
from Michigan. You know, sometimes we just go to certain states and we go to dispensaries. You guys could probably even see us in your state. Who the hell knows, to be honest. But we go to certain dispensaries, we pick these items up, and we review them, and we check them out, and we bring them
Places
to
too,
you.
eventually.
Yeah, yeah, we got a whole 2 events lined up so far for Two Buds in a Jar. One, we're going to be filming at a giant music festival, so you're definitely going to see us there. That will be in Circleville, guys, area, I guess in Ohio. So that's we're welcome up on stage. We're going to throw our name out, talk about our channel, so you're going to see us live up on stage there. We will video because at that venue you're allowed to videotape. We'll videotape the experience. You know, we'll have me hosting. Of course, we'll have 2 people. You'll see us up on stage, which will be really cool. We'll get that footage for you guys. And then we got the hydroponics store, which wants to seem like they almost want to do a partnership. Fingers crossed. And if they do that partnership, we're already
Maybe a
allowed.
sponsorship?
Yeah, sponsorship. We're already allowed to go in there, and we got the go ahead to film, record, talk for as many hours as we want, and just have to go in, tell them what day, and we go there and film that. So now that we got all that kind of squared away, we got 2 really big events coming up, and we're going to keep doing that because I want to keep this channel interesting, guys. If you can tell, I don't know, but we do reviews, we do all sorts of content, guys. We've even do canon news, which really didn't do that good, but it was,
Yeah, the news
yeah,
thing
no one
kinda
really
died.
wanted to hear about
It's
news.
a ton of
even if
work
it,
too.
yeah, yeah, researching all them states and finding all this stuff that's constantly changing and then reporting it. And, it got very little views, but I can get it. Nobody wants to watch the news. We had a lot of review videos that did really good. We had a lot of satire comedy where they were just short videos and they were just meant for jokes, and we got that through stoner comedy. We got, just an upteen amount of, like, we got stories from me. We got What Matt's My Dread series. Um, damn this mic. There we go.
Well, we got more stuff coming in the future too.
Yeah, we got a lot more stuff, a lot more new stuff. So we want to catch and capture everything in every aspect of cannabis. So, if there's munchies to be made, you guys will know how to make them munchies. If there's edibles to be made, if you guys want to know how to make hash, if you guys want to know how to grow your own plants, if you guys are, wondering about a certain product, go ahead and comment it, man, and we'll get that product if we can locate it within our grasp, and we'll get it here and we'll review it, and if we can't find the strand or whatever, we'll grow it and review it. We'll find the seeds. So we always find a way. We do this with all of our own money, and we just keep it going for you guys, man. You guys seem to enjoy it, you know. But as far as carts, I gotta say that's about it. The MKX, the Happy, the Platinum, the 2 gram disposables. I mean, I did.
Oh, the Muhas were great.
Yeah, the Muhas are great. The Grab and Dabs are good too.
Yeah, there's definitely some really good flavors.
The
of the
watermelon one, the Mendocino Perps, the blueberry pie.
That blueberry pie, man.
Yeah, blueberry pie is fire. I do dig it, guys. I gotta say. I mean, that's about, I can think of all the carts I've had recently. If you guys know any, man, just comment down in the comment section below, and we will definitely check that out, see if we've had them. Because we've done a lot of reviews on it. Oh, there we go. And now we got what I've been smoking on for a minute and my current go-to. Yeah. My current go-to, guys, to be honest, like what I always smoke on day to day, even though I have several options, is either a 2 gram disposable by Muha. I either smoke on a card or I smoke on my Volcano. Like, that's just about it. I don't really normally smoke joints or bongs or bulls or dabs. Like, I went through kind of those stages, and I did it so much I got burnt out. So, I'm giving it a long break and probably retouching bases, in the, future, I guess. I don't know. Old Harry's falling asleep over there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a long day.
Yeah, yeah.
How many people do we have watching this live stream? But we got three older people watching.
Hey, man, it's 3 people.
Oh, we just lost a person.
Oh, man,
Well,
damn
it's
it.
midnight. They're probably going to bed.
Yeah, we started this too late.
Or
That's cool.
oh, we had a whole 5
Yeah, that's cool,
for our
though.
first live stream.
And then we'll have people watch it because it'll save, so it'll be cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to do a lot more of these, guys. You'll see us going live. You'll see us doing What Mats My Dreads. You'll see us doing reviews. You'll see us with new content.
Stoner section.
Yeah, so this ain't all what this channel is.
There's some I'm not gonna name yet coming
Yeah.
in the mix, but they're coming.
We got so much gas stuff coming up. It's ridiculous. It's just getting all the time to film it. Today we filmed 1 episode. It was another review. You guys will see
I
that.
don't know where today went.
Yeah, right.
We gotta like get this wrapped up.
Yeah, guys. Well, yeah.
How much more topics do we have?
We covered all the topics, Harry.
Oh yeah, I was supposed to talk about yeah, I guess that's it. We can do the outro.
You want to do the? I'll do it, man. Well, I guess yeah. We covered all the topics. We've next time we'll set up better. Apologize. This was such a crazy live stream and hectic.
Our audio is amazing for running this off of a phone. How did I do that? Find out maybe.
Yeah, right. But we'll have better production. We've learned how to do this. We'll get used to it. It'll be better, guys. We're always getting better, as you can see from our channel to our first video to now. It's improved a hell of a bunch. A hell of a bunch. It just took some money and some equipment. But we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Because where we're at, it's very late. I do got neighbors, and I'm sure my neighbor with the baby is tired of hearing my face and talking about cannabis probably through the floor.
Flower.
So, flower. But you guys have a great night. Thanks for watching, and we'll do another live stream here soon.
Oh yeah,
This
it was
is your
fun. We'll have
host,
to do it
Dustin,
again.
from Two Buds in a Jar. This is Harry Cola
Harry
from
Cola,
Two Buds
man.
in a Jar. And he's got to go to bed.
Oh, it's past my
You guys
bedtime.
have a good night. Good night.
We're burning out.
Oh, hell.
For a minute there, I kept looking at the microphone, and I was like, oh, my